having some more conservative voices on your network, actually not making them pariahs, not directing your audience to feel that everything that Donald Trump does.
She is self-appointed. She knows everything. It's great to see her ego take this hit, but I think it will be short-lived.
It's amazing to listen to her talk about.
All right, folks, get ready, because this is a story that's about to have everyone talking. Imagine this. Sunny Hostin, one of the most outspoken and controversial figures on daytime television, finds herself caught in yet another storm. But this time, it's messier than anyone could have imagined. You know her as the fearless, no-nonsense voice on The View, someone who never hesitates to speak her mind. But has she finally crossed the line? Let's dive in and find out.
Anna went in a different direction, but I love the fact that, Manny is younger and he's
How much younger is he?
Just a little bit.
He's like 1 year, isn't he? Like a month or a year or 10 years?
5 years. It's more than a year.
Oh.
Anyway, it's not about me.
It all started during a live taping of The View, when Sunny Hostin unleashed a series of comments that left the audience in shock, and the producers scrambling to contain the fallout. Now, if you know Sunny, you know controversy follows her like a shadow. She doesn't just embrace it, she thrives on it. But this time, the stakes were higher, the backlash was immediate, and the consequences? Well, they could be career-ending. So, what exactly did she say? Let's just say she set her sights on a particular group and didn't hold back. The result? A firestorm of outrage that spread like wildfire across social media. Even her own colleagues weren't sure how to react.
I think that it's very helpful that he's handy, and when we travel, I'm not picking up any bags. He's the one that's hefting them overhead. He throws the garbage out. Right. He does the heavy stuff.
What's truly wild about this whole situation is how fast it spiraled out of control. One moment, Sunny was delivering her usual fiery commentary, nothing out of the ordinary. And the next, producers were reportedly forced to cut the live feed. Yes, you heard that right. They cut the live feed. Let that sink in for a second. For a show as seasoned as The View, where heated debates and controversial statements are practically routine, this was unprecedented. Sources close to the production claim that Sunny's remarks were so explosive, so completely unscripted, that the team had no choice but to slam the panic button. And when they did, it sent shockwaves rippling through the entire entertainment industry.
So we know Sunny Hostin and her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, are preparing for a legal battle to fight accusations that he committed federal insurance fraud.
Now let's rewind for a moment and try to understand what led to this explosive moment. Sunny has always been a lightning rod for criticism, especially because of her outspoken views on race, gender, and social justice. She's made headlines countless times for calling out systemic inequalities and challenging those in power. But her critics? They argue that she doesn't just push boundaries, she crosses them, creating more division than dialogue. And this latest incident? It seems to have been the tipping point. According to insiders, it all started during a discussion on diversity, equity, and inclusion, a topic Sunny is famously passionate about. But this time, she allegedly went off script, making comments that many felt were downright inflammatory. Now, because of that live feed cut, her exact words haven't been officially confirmed, but multiple sources claim she made sweeping generalizations about white men, doubling down on her belief that they have disproportionately benefited from systems of privilege. Of course, this isn't the first time Sunny has called out this demographic. But her delivery this time, described by some as unapologetically blunt, it struck a nerve like never before.
Sunny Hostin of The View, who's constantly raging about race and reparations and how bad America is and its racial past and all this stuff.
The backlash was instant and brutal. Social media erupted within minutes, with hashtags both defending and condemning Sunny trending at lightning speed. Some hailed her as a trailblazer, praising her for speaking truth to power. Others, they slammed her for fueling division, accusing her of crossing a line that even The View couldn't justify. And then there were those who went even further, demanding her outright removal from the show. It was chaos, pure and simple. And the producers? They were caught right in the middle of the storm. But the drama didn't stop there. The fallout went far beyond just outraged viewers at home. Rumors began swirling about tension among the co-hosts, whispers of heated arguments, awkward silences, and icy exchanges during commercial breaks. Some sources even claimed that a few co-hosts were blindsided by Sunny's remarks, left uncomfortable and unsure about being associated with the controversy. And let's not forget the producers, who, according to insiders, were in full-blown crisis mode, scrambling to control the damage without alienating their audience or further tarnishing the show's reputation.
Know that, only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do.
Behind the scenes, heated discussions were already underway. Should Sunny face disciplinary action? According to insiders, everything was on the table, from a public apology to a possible suspension. But here's the catch. Sunny has built her entire brand on being unapologetically herself. Would she even consider walking back her statements? And if she refused, what would that mean for her future on The View? These are the questions that have everyone talking. And right now, there are no easy answers, adding another layer of complexity. To this firestorm is the broader cultural moment we're living in. Conversations around race, privilege, and equity have never been more urgent, but they've also never been more divisive. Whether you agree with Sunny's comments or not, there's no denying they struck a nerve. They tapped into deep societal tensions, forcing everyone, from her co-hosts to her harshest critics, to confront uncomfortable truths. Some argue that this is exactly why Sunny is such an invaluable voice on The View. She pushes boundaries. She sparks debate. But others? They believe her approach does more harm than good, alienating potential allies and deepening existing divides.
He's doing something a little bit more diabolical, if I'm being honest. Representative Andy Ogles, a Republican of Tennessee, on January 23rd, just 3 days after Trump was inaugurated, already proposed amending the 22nd Amendment to allow Trump to serve a third term.
Amid all the chaos, Sunny herself has remained surprisingly quiet, at least in public. But those who know her, they say she's not one to back down from a fight. If anything, this controversy might only fuel her fire. After all, this is the same Sunny Hostin who once said, "If you're not making people uncomfortable, you're not telling the truth." Love her or hate her, there's no denying one thing: she's a force to be reckoned with. But the real question is, where does The View go from here? The show has weathered plenty of controversies over the years, but this one feels different. The stakes are higher, the backlash is louder, and the potential fallout even greater. So, what's the move? Do the producers stand by Sunny, knowing it could alienate a significant portion of their audience? Or do they distance themselves from her remarks, potentially sacrificing one of their most provocative voices in the process? It's a delicate balancing act. And right now, all eyes are on them.
I've been criticizing them for 8 years for doing it, pointing out that it's not the job of the media to take side.
Meanwhile, the public reaction continues to shift and intensify. Petitions demanding Sunny's removal have already gathered thousands of signatures. At the same time, her supporters have rallied behind her, arguing that now, more than ever, her voice is necessary. The debate has even spilled over into the media, with pundits and commentators weighing in on what this controversy really means. Is it a battle over free speech, a question of accountability, or a reflection of how daytime television shapes public discourse? One thing's for sure, this conversation isn't slowing down anytime soon, and the impact? It stretches far beyond The View. As we wait to see how this all unfolds, one thing remains clear. Sunny Hostin isn't going down without a fight. Whether you see her as a fearless truth teller or a divisive figure, there's no denying one fact. she's sparked a conversation that no one can ignore. And in the world of television, controversy might just be the most valuable currency. But at what cost? Because here's the kicker. This isn't just about Sunny, and it's not just about The View. This is a reflection of the larger cultural battles playing out across the country. How do we navigate conversations about race and privilege in a way that's both honest and constructive? What role does the media play in amplifying or silencing these voices? And perhaps the biggest question of all, where do we draw the line between free speech and accountability? Sunny's comments have forced us to confront these difficult questions. And the answers? They're anything but simple.
Which, by the way, how annoying is The View getting? God, they're insufferable, that lot, aren't they? It's just a side of...
So, where does all of this leave Sunny Hostin? For now, her future on The View hangs in the balance. While some fans and colleagues continue to stand by her, the mounting backlash and legal troubles make it increasingly difficult for ABC to justify keeping her on the panel. And even if she manages to weather the storm, the question remains, at what cost? Will Sunny emerge from this controversy stronger than ever, or will it mark the beginning of the end for her television career? Only time will tell. And what about The View? Can the show survive this latest scandal? Or is it destined to go the way of so many other once iconic programs that couldn't adapt to changing times? With so much at stake, the pressure is on for producers and executives to make the right moves, whatever those might be. One thing's for certain, the world will be watching closely to see how this drama unfolds.
She just came out at a time when woke is at its absolute lowest. Nobody wants to claim that mantle anymore. She claimed that mantle. And she said to oppose woke, actually, is ungodly and unchristian.
So what do you think? Is Sunny Hostin being unfairly targeted, or did she bring this on herself? And what about The View? Can it recover from this PR nightmare? Or is this the beginning of the end for one of daytime TV's most iconic shows? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all the latest updates on this unfolding saga. Stay tuned, because the drama is only just beginning.